because everybody has a lighthouse. And I know I put mine get dim, and if you've noticed that your lighthouse isn't as bright as it should be, now's the time to try to do something about it, you know. And so I'm singing this song this morning to give God the praise for being the lighthouse in my life. And I just thank God for being here, and I thank Him for everybody. I've missed everybody so much, and I don't feel like coming home, and that's what I feel here.
Amen.
Amen.
some friends of mine coming. You know, Dave Bones, Daniel, and Maggie, and their little baby, Sarah. Couldn't get them some COVID there anywhere. But you know, they're good friends. They're going through a tough time. But I'll tell you something, they're not going through it alone. Amen. Because the Bible says that God will never leave us. Amen. And He'll never forsake us. Amen. We don't understand why we go through what we go through, but I thank God that I know He's fighting my battles for me. Amen. Amen. And as long as I let God fight my battles, I ain't got nothing to worry about. Amen. Amen. Let's give God praise. Amen. break for me. I've never seen this before. Actually, none of us have. I never made a fortune. It's probably too late now. Oh, but I don't worry about that much, 'cause I'm happy anyhow. As I go along life's journey, I'm reaping better than I sowed. I'm drinking from my saucer, 'cause my cup has overflowed. Ain't got a lot of riches. Sometimes the going gets tough. Oh, but I've got a friend in Jesus, and that makes me rich enough. I thank God for all His blessings on me, and His mercy He bestowed. I'm drinking from a saucer, 'cause my cup has overflowed. Oh, sure, I've been through some tough storms, and yes, I'm sure there's been many times when my faith has run a little thin. But you know, it seems just like one day that all at once those dark clouds they broke, and that old sun, she started shining again. So Lord, help me not to grumble and complain about the tough roads I have hoed. I'm drinking from a saucer, 'cause my cup has overflowed. And if I should go on living
you come out of there. Hallelujah. I can let you know one that's definitely going to be a shouting when I come out there. It's going to be me, amen. And you better give me some elbow room, amen. Because I'm going to sling these arms just as hard as I can sling them. And I'm going to praise my God and lift my voice just as loud as I can lift it, amen. And you know what? I'm not going to look back down to this person, amen. But I'm going to look for the mark of the prize of the high calling, amen. I'm going to look at my Jesus. I ain't left nothing back here that's worth looking back for, amen. Because everything that means it, it's right there, amen. Woo, hallelujah. Amen. Amen. Oh, if you have your Bibles, I'd ask you if you would turn with me to the book of John, and I'm going to start at chapter 5. How many felt the Lord so far?
Amen.
Amen.
John 1.
John chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 1. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. And these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool, and troubled the water. Whosoever then first, after the troubling of the water, stepped in, was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. And a certain man was there which had an infirmity 38 years. When Jesus saw him lie, and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he saith unto him, Wilt thou be made whole? The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me into the pool. But while I am coming, another steppeth down before me. Jesus saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath. You know, first of all, I want you to look at something that right here the Bible tells us that there was a man. He just wasn't an ordinary man. The Bible said there was a certain man. It means a specific man. It could be you, it could be me. That could have been laying there, but there was a certain man that was laying at the pool of Bethesda. And this man had had a sickness, a disease, for a long time, for 38 years. And actually, if you go back and you do the math on it, the man had the disease 8 years before Jesus come to this earth. But yet, this man had an infirmity for a long time. This man had seen many people being made whole when he thought it should have been his time. Just like some of us today, we think that, you know what, we need to be blessed, but somebody else is getting the blessing, but it's my time to get blessed, amen. It's my time to get blessed. Well, I got to ask you something, why you laying there then?
Amen. Come on.
See, the man was patient, he was persistent, Sister Tina. For 38 years, for 38 long years, he looked for a healing. He wanted to be made whole. And for 38 long years, Brother Jim, he went to that same pool, not knowing whether or not somebody was going to go before him and get their healing when he thought he should have went. But yet, year after year after year, failure after failure after failure, the man still said, I've got to go because today might be This man, he probably went through a time, Brother Tracy, that he thought, I'm forgotten about. I'm forgotten about, amen. They forgot about me. I've laid here for so long. They have walked over top of me. They have passed me by. They have went right by my way and didn't even acknowledge that I needed help. But I thank God that there's one that does not envy. He doesn't ignore you. There's one man that won't step over top of you and leave you hanging. There's one man that won't pass you by, hallelujah, without saying, will thou be made whole. There's one man, hallelujah, there's one man that wants to save you. There's one man that wants to heal you. But the question, do you want it?
Amen.
See, this is the thing about it. This man, there's something about what I noticed. This man, he couldn't get to the pool to receive his healing. But little did he know that the healer came to heal. Amen. See, just because you can't get to where you need to, don't mean that Jesus can't get to you. Amen. See, I tell you, when I got saved, the Lord done got to me when I was in the pew before I ever made it to the altar. Amen. He knew me. He said, will thou be made whole? Yes, Lord. I want to be made whole. Hallelujah. See, the man had his eyes. He had his eyes on the pool for his healing when he should have had it on the healer. See, that's the problem today, church. We want the blessings instead of getting to the blesser. Amen. You need to seek after the healer instead of the healer. You need to seek after the blesser instead of the blessing. Amen. You know, I just quit looking for salvation and look for the Savior first, and you'll find your salvation.
Amen.
We got too many churches today that's making it like that the church saves you. We got too many churches today that makes it like denomination saves you. There's only one that can save you. It's not Brother Nick. It's not this church, but it's Jesus Christ. He said, I'm the way, I'm the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father but by me. The Bible says if you come any other way, you're the same as a thief and a robber. And I don't care what this world says. Even the Pope tried to rewrite the Lord's Prayer. The Bible says, woe be unto those who add it to or take it away.
Amen. Amen.
And I hope that the Pope watches this, because I got news for you, Mr. Pope. You need to get saved. Amen. It's exactly what you need to do. The Bible says what it means, and God don't need somebody else to rewrite His word.
right,
It was
amen.
good enough then. It's good enough today. It works back then. It works today. Amen.
Amen.
That's the thing about it, church. We trying to go all these different ways to get saved when it's absolutely simple. Jesus.
Amen.
This man spent 38 years, Brother Henry, 38 long years trying to find his healing. When it was there the whole time. Now I want you to look at something. See, we need to quit complaining to God about why we ain't getting this and getting that. We got to quit complaining. See, this is in Matthew 6:33. It says, but first, seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
Amen.
See, if you'll first seek, don't think just because you come to church that you're going to make heaven your home.
That's right.
I want to tell you, don't think for one instant just because you put in the offering plate that's going to buy you a mansion in heaven, amen. And don't think for one instant, amen, that you go out here and you give to the poor, that your money is worth more than that drop of blood that Jesus shed on Calvary for your sins, amen. You've got to go by the way of Jesus, amen. Everybody's got to go the same way.
Amen.
The same way. We got to go through and by Jesus.
Yes.
See, in verse 6, Jesus asked the man. He said, wilt thou be made whole? But if you'll notice in verse 7, The man starts making excuses. Immediately. Well, Lord, I have nobody to take me down there. I have nobody. I have nobody to do this. I don't have nobody. You know what? You don't need nobody but Jesus.
Amen. Amen.
Jesus isn't interested in your excuses. Everything you're going to need lies in Him. Amen. I just tell you right now, what do you do in the middle of the night if you can't get a hold of Brother Nick and you need prayer? Why don't you try to pray yourself? Amen. And seek after Jesus. I can't heal you. I can't save you. I can't deliver you or set you free. I had to go through by Jesus too. Amen. And if we all just realize that it takes Jesus, you'll be a whole lot better off.
Amen. Amen.
Philippians 4:19 says, but my God shall supply all
Oh, yeah.
your need according to His riches in glory
Amen.
by Christ Jesus. God's going to supply all of my need. See, some of us today, Brother Jim, we're sick and afflicted, whether it be physically or spiritually. But there's a thing about it. I believe today that the Lord is going by and He's talking to people and He's asking you, will you be made whole? I'm talking about not just physically, whether you got a sickness, disease. I'm talking spiritually, will you be made whole? We got people that's going to churches today, Sister Kathy, that are so sin sick. They've got things that's inside them and they're thinking that they're okay, amen. But they're wondering how come they can't praise God like they used to. They're wondering how come it is they don't feel the fire of God like they used to. And the whole time, Jesus said, will thou be made whole, amen. We got people living with people and they ain't even married and they wonder why things is going on. I mean, you can't shack up with the devil and expect God to pay you rich. You have got to live by the Word of God.
Amen.
If they're with them, love them, marry them. If not, get them out.
Right.
And I just feel what God gave me, so I'd hate to think that that would keep you from going to heaven.
Amen.
But you can bet your bottom dollar it will. Amen. And you can bet your bottom dollar. I'm just feeling the Lord right now. It's time, amen, that we get off the bottom and we get in the meat, amen. It's time we quit whining and complaining. And it's time we grow up, amen, and be who we claim to be. See, there was something that stuck out to me, Brother Joe. Jesus asked the man a question. Most people ask Jesus questions.
Amen.
But Brother Dave, this is what Jesus asked him. Will thou be made whole? Now I'm going to break it down into language of what I take it how it means. Do you want to be healed?
Yeah.
Amen.
He wasn't asking whether or not you think that. Jesus wasn't saying, do you think I can do this? No, Jesus was saying, do you want to be?
Amen.
See, we got people to... There was a man one time, he was struck with a disease. And these doctors said, listen, we can do so many of these treatments, it'll cure it. We know for a fact, right now, we can handle this. And the man turned him down and said, no, I want to die. And it puzzled the man. It puzzled the doctors. They said, well, we can take care of this. Why don't you want to leave? The man wanted to die. He was done. He just wanted to just die. You know, there's some people today, Jesus can take care of your spiritual sickness, but they're wanting to lay in their guilt. They're wanting to lay in their shame. They're wanting to lay and wallow in their self-pity and their sorrow, and they're wanting to take this thing. And Jesus said, I can cure you, but they say, no, I want to just die with this thing. I don't want to let it go. There's people that's taking it to the grave, amen. And God is calling out to you. He's calling out to you this morning. I believe He's a passing by. See, the first thing we need to realize, the important thing is not so much your physical health as much as it is your spiritual. The Bible says, I'd rather you be in health and prosper, even as your soul prospers.
Amen.
The first and foremost thing, and when people come to me, Brother Nick, I need the Lord to touch me. I need to heal, and I've got this, and one of the things, are you saved? No, but you know what? Let's not put the cart before the horse. We first need to pray for your soul, amen. Let's pray for your soul first, because that's the one thing that's going to last. And this ain't going to last forever. This sickness is See, I'm so sick of people putting their faith more into a doctor
Amen.
than the healer. My goodness, I go to a doctor, we have CDO physicals, and I go over there and they look, when's the last time you been? Well, you should have seen when they seen the last time I've been to the doctor. They about smacked my hand. Why, it's been forever. Thank you, Jesus. They started checking blood. Well, your blood pressure's going up. And I said, you know why? I said, don't take this personal, but I don't like you all. I said, nothing personal. I don't like you all. I don't need to be here. I'm fine. God has done touched me so much, and it's totally blew your all's minds anyhow. You can't do nothing no how. All you want to do is just trust, hey, here's some pills, and just charge me for it and go on my way. Don't need it. I need Jesus. Don't get me wrong. I know there's people sick and need to go to the doctor. I understand that. But the problem is we run to the doctor before we run to God.
Amen.
We'll call up the doctor's office and make an appointment before we even pray.
Amen.
I'll have no other gods before me.
That's right. Amen.
Amen?
Amen.
I'll have no, you know what? I believe if we had a bunch of people that would praise God like we supposed to, that we had a little thing called mustard seed faith and we knew how to use it, amen. If we had a bunch of people that had on the whole armor of God, amen, and they proudly wore it, I believe the doctor's office wouldn't be near as full as what they are today, amen. And I believe they would be getting mad because we'd be laying hands on the sick and seeing them recover, amen. They'd be trying to get us for practicing without a license, amen. But you know what? Right there's all the license you need. See, the thing was that this man, he was so sick. Not one time did he ever go to the Lord. We need to quit waiting for Jesus to come to us and start going to Jesus.
Amen.
Boy, I just tell you what, he does about every bit of your work, you know. He does more than he's supposed to do, and it's because we're lazy. But we need to get up behind him and say, Lord, just like that woman with the issue of blood. She heard about Jesus, amen. And she said, he might not come my way, but I'm going to go his way, amen. You know, I'm going to go to where my healing's at. I want to go to where my joy's at. If you need that, you can go to your salvation. You've got to go to Jesus. You can't find him in a church. You got to find it in him, amen. You got to bring Jesus with you, amen. Don't expect somebody to give you Jesus. You go get him, amen. I've heard people say, well, I want to go to this church and this church, and I want to go and feel Jesus. If you can't feel Jesus until you get to the church, you've got problems. I want to tell you. I want to let you know something right now. Because when I go home, that same Jesus that's in this church is the same Jesus that walked with Brother Nick. When I go on the hill and pray, he's the same one that's still there, amen. And I feel it when I go to work, back there stands the man that knows. I preach God. I will tell them about Jesus. Jesus goes with me everywhere I go, amen. But yet, there's people that are lacking in faith. And the whole time, the Lord's looking at you. He looks deep in your heart. He sees what you're going through. Whether it be a grudge, whether you got your feelings hurt by a loved one, you got your heart broken too and stomped on. Maybe you've been talked about, backstabbed. Maybe you even have a physical sickness. And yet Jesus, the same Jesus that you proclaim that live in your heart. You're the one lying there beside the pool.
Yes.
You're the one that's been laying and wallowing in this thing that you've been hiding for a long time.
Amen. Amen.
Hoping that maybe today God will do.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Maybe today God will come and deliver me.
Amen.
Maybe today God will come and rescue me from this thing. Maybe you're one that's saying, maybe God today will come and remove this addiction. Why don't you go to Him?
Amen.
saying, will thou be made whole?
That's right.
He's come and said, Job, you want to be healed?
Yes.
Or Jim, do you want rid of this thing? Maybe saying, Tina, are you going to believe the doctors? Or are you going to believe me? Will thou be made whole? That's the question. That's the question. See, the man looked to the pool for his healing. Some people look to the doctors for their healing. But that woman that had the issue of blood, she spent all she had.
That's right. Amen.
And still never got her healing.
That's right.
12 long years, not near as long as the 38. 12 years she spent dying. Spent all she had looking to the things of this world for her hope. And then one day, she finally decided, I'm not going to put my faith in man.
Amen.
I'm not going to lay my healing in a man, but I'm going to go to Jesus.
Yes.
And she went, and she tried, and she got what? We need to go to God,
Amen.
knowing that we can plead with Him. Make our needs known. Hebrews 4:16 says, let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need. See, whenever you run to God, you're using faith.
Amen.
I'm going to tell you something. Boy, has God not brought you through some battles?
Amen.
Has God not brought you through some tough times? Has God not brought you through some things that you thought for sure He was going to take you back? But yet, there was somebody there that got up and he said, no, I'm not going to let this thing take them out. They're going to be made whole. They have spent long enough in this. They have been going through this long enough. They stood for me. They have went through the fire with their hands held high. Their hands may have been low, but their hands was high. And I'm going to hit. He said, if my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, forgive them of their sin and heal their land.
Amen.
See, I've done figured, Brother Jim, we gonna get talked about.
Oh, yeah.
So instead of going around and getting hurt, just say, I ain't worried about it.
That's right.
I ain't worried about it. I ain't got time to worry about that too. I want to praise God.
Amen.
Maybe there's things coming your way, a sickness that's trying to stop you. Don't worry about it.
That's right.
Give it to God and go on. Well,
Amen.
Brother Nick, that's easier said than done. Well, I want to ask you something. Have you relegated?
There you go.
I know there's things that happen. I understand that we're all going to leave this world sometime. But it's in the condition you leave this world is what matters. Amen.
Amen.
See, I'd rather go down. As long as I've got Jesus in me. Amen. That old song, I'd rather be in a deep dark grave and to know that my poor soul is saved than to live in this world in the house of gold. Woo! And lose my God and deny my soul. Mm.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
See, I'm going to make it to heaven. I'm going to heaven.
Yes. Amen.
I can't take people, I can't get you there. All I can do is feed you. And it's up to you whether or not you eat it.
That's right.
That's right, amen.
Amen.
But instead of going home and eating those things that's clogging up your arteries, and instead of going to McDonald's and eating things that's causing your blood pressure to go up, why don't we eat on a little bit of faith every now and then? Why don't we eat on a little bit of trust in the Lord with all your heart? Amen? Why don't we go and get us an extra cup of joy? Amen. And maybe a big serving of forgiveness. Hallelujah. And then you can throw some deliverance on the side. Amen. And when you all said and done, you can look at that verse that says, taste and see that the Lord is good. Amen. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Amen. Things will be different.
Amen.
See, I was yesterday.
Amen.
Amen.
Tomorrow I want to be closer to God than what I am today.
Amen.
Hebrews 11:6 says, but without faith, it is impossible to please God.
Amen.
For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. See,
Yes.
church, God is more than able.
Amen.
Do you not trust him?
Yes.
Do you not believe in him?
Amen. Amen.
How many times have we walked and maybe the Lord had been saying, will thou be made whole, but we just ignored. We ignored his voice. Amen. You know, maybe today is the day that the Lord can, you know what? Why don't you just go to him and ask him? And the Bible says you have not because you ask not. If God can close the lion's mouth for Daniel, if God can part the Red Sea for Moses, amen. If God can give Sarah a baby, if God can raise Lazarus from the dead, then God can make you whole. If God, you either believe him or you don't. There's no halfway. He is. He was and always will be. He will be God.
Amen.
Well, Brother Nick, and I've heard this. Man, I go to church, and church ain't just like it used to be. Well, then you need to be praying.
Amen.
Because, boy, what services we've been having.
Oh, yeah.
You're right, it ain't. It's better.
That's right.
Heard people say, you know, I want to go. But man, so-and-so goes there. You know what? You don't go to church for so-and-so. You go to church for Jesus. Amen. That's why you go. If somebody can knock you out of going, you wasn't going for the right place anyhow. You better be praising God. The Bible tells me, go to the book of Mark, if you would. Go to the book of Mark. Mark chapter 2. I'm going to read a few verses. And again he entered into Capernaum after some days, and it was noised that Jesus was in the house. And straightway many were gathered together, insomuch that there was no room to receive them. No, not so much as about the door. And he preached the word unto them. And they come unto him, bringing one sick of the palsy, which was born of 4. And when they could not come nigh unto him for the press, they uncovered the roof where he was. And when they had broken it up, they let down the bed wherein the sick of the palsy lay. When Jesus saw their faith, he said unto the sick of the palsy, Son, thy sins be forgiven thee. But there were certain of the scribes sitting there, and reasoning in their hearts, Why doth this man thus speak blasphemies? Who can forgive sins but God only? And immediately when Jesus perceived in his spirit that they so reasoned within themselves, he said unto them, Why reason ye these things in your hearts? Whether is it easier to say, the sick of the palsy, thy sins be forgiven thee, or to say, arise, and take up thy bed and walk, but that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power on earth to forgive sins, he saith to the sick of the palsy, I say unto thee, arise, take up thy bed, and go thy way into thine house. And immediately he rose, took up the bed, went forth before them all, insomuch that they were all amazed and glorified God, saying, We never saw it in this fashion.
Amen.
What's easier? Jesus asked them, what's easier? For me to heal this man or to save his sins?
That's right.
Save him from his sins. So he said, I'll show you that I can do both.
That's right.
I'll show you that I am the Son of the living God. If Jesus had many claims to be saved, then Jesus can heal you too. Amen. And I want you to look at the first verse. There was one little word that stuck out real good to me. I'm going to read it again. Verse 1 of chapter 2. And again he entered into Capernaum after some days, and it was noised
Yeah, 340.
that he was in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm going to stop and park right there and pull the park brake for a minute. Sister Kathy, it was noised in the house. was there. See, anywhere that Jesus went, Brother Jim, there was some noise.
Oh, yeah.
You know why? Because there's something about when somebody gets healed, they begin to shout. There's something about when somebody gets saved, they begin to jump up and praise God. Amen. There's something about when somebody gets delivered or gets a prayer answered, they begin to make some noise. But the thing was, his name was telling people, Jesus is in the house. Amen. You want to know why things are happening here? It's because that Jesus is in the house. Why did you all come to church? Because somebody went out there and made it noise that Jesus is in the house. And these men said, we can't get to him for the crowd. So they said, I know what we'll do. We'll take him up, amen, and we'll put a hole in the roof and we'll lower him down to Jesus. If you can't get through the crowd, get over the crowd, amen. Get under the crowd, but get to Jesus, amen. And I love making noise.
Amen.
I love telling people about Jesus.
That's right.
Amen.
See, the older you get, supposedly the wiser you get. And some people, I wonder about that. But I thank God that the majority, it finally sets in.
Amen.
We ain't going to live forever.
That's right. That's right.
The things that we used to do, we no longer do.
Amen.
The things that used to be important is no longer that important no more, Brother Jesus.
Amen.
You see, there's something more important, amen. It's not the way you look. It's not the way you dress. But it's what your heart looks like on the inside, amen. That's what matters, amen. See, there's a difference. We don't hang around the things we used to hang around, amen. We don't go and put ourselves in the situations we used to put ourselves in. We don't talk the way we used to talk. We don't do the things we used to do because we found something that's more important. We found something that is worth dying for. We found...
Come on. Bless you, my Lord. Yes.
I've made it known, no matter what comes my way, I'm still going to praise God.
Amen.
See, because the Lord will always be with me. When the storms of life are raging, stand by me.
Oh, yeah.
When the storms of life are raging, stand by me. How many's ever been there?
Oh, yeah.
How many knows what it's like for you to get tossed to and fro? You've been waiting for so long. God, I've been praying this prayer for so long. Lord, why has this hit me? God, why is this destroying me? Where are you at? I've prayed and prayed and prayed. And yet I see people that's been hit with the same thing, only maybe a week, and you're healing it. Lord, that should be my healing. Lord, that should be my blessing. God, what about me? Have you forgotten about me? Well, you know, if you'll quit waiting on Him to come and you go to Him, amen. If you'll get down on your hands and knees and say, God, I need you. Lord, I need you, God. God, I need to get to you. I don't care if you have to tear a hole in the roof. You've got to get to it. I don't care if you have to be like the woman with the issue of blood and get on your hands and knees and crawl between somebody's legs to get to do what you've got to do. But get to Jesus. He's the only one that can help you.
That's right. Amen.
He's the only one that can take care of you. I'm getting ready to come to a close. There's a question. Whether it's spiritually, whether it's physically or both. The big question. I don't want you to hear my voice. I want you to hear that voice that's whispering in your ear, in your heart. Do you want to be made whole?
Oh, yes. Yes.
See, there's a difference in a healing and being made whole.
Amen.
You can cut your finger off. They'll sew it up, your finger will heal. But you'll be without a finger. But being made whole, He restores it.
Yes. Amen. Yes. Thank you. Hallelujah.
Some of us here is needing a spiritual restore.
Amen.
Some of us here has lost our fire. Some of us here, our fire has died down to it's barely even a just a little flicker of a flame. And we need to be made whole. I want to ask if everyone that could, I want to ask if you stand. Bow your heads and close your eyes. Some of us in here, we're going through a very tough time. You don't know which way to turn. You don't know what to do. You've been asking God and asking God and asking God. Lord, I need a healing. God, I need you. Lord, this thing's going to take me out. Lord, I've asked for help, but none can help me. You're all I have left. Well, there's good news. That's all you need. I'm asking you right now, if God's speaking to your heart, I'm asking you to come to this altar. I'm asking you, not as a pastor, but as a friend, as somebody who cares. Are you tired of hurting? Are you tired of suffering? You've been carrying this load for so long. This hatred, the pain and the suffering. As the altar's open, if you feel God, don't turn him away. This is your pool. The water is troubled. The water's troubled. This is one day that nobody will take your blessing. But the blessing belongs to you if you want it. We got people that's at the altar right now. Are you one? Are you one that needs to be? See, God, doctors tell me that there's no hope. Or maybe you're there and you're feeling like I'm a mess. I don't know how to be saved. Why would you want anything to do with me? Why don't you just come up and give yourself to him and let him take care of the mess? Let him mend back the broken hearts. Brother Nick, I just don't know if God would want to use me. You're alive today, and you're in church today, and God's speaking to you today. So my friend, that's a pretty good indicator. That's a pretty good indicator that he loves you and he wants you. He's speaking to some people. They're here at this altar getting full. But there's room for you. There's room for you. Brother Nick, I want to see God. Well, I'll tell you what you do. Begin to praise him right now. Begin to thank him even for the tough times. Begin to praise him for bringing you through the troubles and the trials that he brought you through. And for the prayers that has not been answered yet, begin to thank him in faith, believing that he's going to answer your prayers. Will you be made whole? I don't in the same shape that I was when I came. When I leave those doors, I want to have the glow of Jesus on my face. When I walk out onto the streets, I want them to feel the Spirit of the Most High walking with me. See, I no longer am satisfied with a regular church service, but I want revival each and every day. See, Jesus, it's not enough, Lord. It's not enough just to pray to you and seek your face one time a day. God, I need you in each and every moment. Lord, it's not enough just to be able to go to church on Sundays and Wednesdays, God. Walk with me, Lord, in the cool of the day, just as you did Adam. God, I pray that you would be with me just as you was with Elijah. Lord, I pray that you would defeat my enemies just like you did for King David. Lord, I pray that you would part that sea that's standing in my way. God, I need you. Just raise your hands and be able to praise God. Give him thanks for what he's done for you. Begin to worship God this morning, church. And if there's someone here, if there's any here that's not saved, then I'm speaking to you right now. I want you to know you don't have to run to an altar to get saved. There's nowhere in the Bible that says you have to run to an altar. You can make that pew that you're at right now an altar.
Amen.
For Jesus is where you're at right now.
Amen.
And if he's knocking on your heart, then ask him to forgive you of your sins. Ask him into your heart. Say, Lord, I'm lost and I'm undone and I'm in need of a Savior, God. Lord, I don't understand how a God can love an old wretch like me. But God, I want to thank you. And I want to take advantage, Lord, of what you're doing. I want to give my heart. I want to give my life to you. I want to give you my all in all. God, as I lift up my heart, as I lift my voice and my hands to you, God, please, oh Lord, as we cry out to you. God, yes, I want to be made whole. Yes, God, I need that healing. God, I need to be delivered. God, I need you. Lord, you're speaking to me, God, and I want the answer. I don't want a rock to cry out in my place. God, I cry out to you, Father. Make me one of yours, God. Make me one of your children, Father. Lord, I'm asking you to create in me a clean heart, oh God. Father, a right spirit, God. Lord, I'm asking you in right now. Is he speaking to you? Is he speaking to you? If you feel God speaking to you, raise your hands and begin to praise him. Thank him for it. If you feel God speaking to you, raise your hands and say, Lord, I thank you. I thank you, God, that you would love somebody like me. God, I don't care what people think about me. Lord, I want to praise you. God, people's made fun of me already, God, so why not give them a reason, God? Lord, I want to praise you, God. Whether I get my healing down here, I'll have it on the other side, oh God. Lord, I just want to thank you, God. Woo, hallelujah. Woo, hallelujah. Oh, hallelujah, hallelujah. I just want to praise you. God, I give you glory. Lord, I praise you for all you do. Church, we still got people praying. You saints of God, I want you to pray if there's any that's lost here today. Pray for them, amen. That God will speak to their hearts. And my friend, if you're lost, you can give your heart to the Lord right where you're at. You don't have to come running up here, because the truth is this altar can't save you. Can't give you salvation. Brother Nick can't, but Jesus can. And he's right where you're at. If he's speaking to you, he's right there, Sister Brenda. And the Bible says that whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. Oh, church, He's here.
Yes, He is.
That still small voice. Forget about what's happening beside you. Forget about what's happening in front of you and behind you. That's speaking to you. That voice that's talking to you. That voice that's letting you know, hey, I love you. That voice that's letting you know, hey, I'm here. Do you want Jesus? Is He not beautiful? Is Jesus not amazing? Is He not worthy to be praised? Why can't He not be good to you? Share even through the tough times. When no one was there to give you a hug. And then you called on Jesus and there was such a peace. When you had lost all hope. And then the one who gives hope come down and spend some time with you. If you believe in this Jesus this much, with everything in me. Dave, the woman I told you about that God raised from the dead, my mother, right back there, she is. My son that I told you about that the doctor said there's no cure for it, the disease would kill him, couldn't even treat him. He played the guitar today with me. I believe in Jesus. What has He done for you? You have children. You got a family. You're breathing your next breath. A lot of people can't say that. Boy, you're blessed. He's worthy to be praised, church. He's worthy, amen. Give Him praise. I got to do something here. I got so much to thank Him for. So much to praise Him for. You see, He's been so good to me. Has He been good to you? And when I think of what He's done and where He's brought me from, I've got so much to thank Him for. And sometimes while on His way, I stop and I kneel and I say, thank you, Lord, for all you've given me. And someday I'll reach heaven's shore. Oh, please let me kneel once more. I've got so much to thank Him for. Could you sing it with me? I've got so much to thank Him for. Thank Him. What He's done for you. He has been so good to me. And when I think of what He's done and where He's brought me from, I've got so much to thank Him for. Give God praise. Anybody rededicated or saved, raise your hand if you did.